Hello, everybody. How are you today? Today is Wednesday, the day of the week where we go live. And today we're back to our usual time at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock EST. I was experimenting with 2 p.m. EST as well, though I was cutting it a bit close for my boys waking up from their nap. But 12 works. 1 might work, and 2 didn't work so well. So if you prefer 1 p.m. EST over the 12 p.m. EST, please kindly let me know in the comments. Um, Excuse me as I look off to the side to just make sure that everything is ready to go. Today's topic is a really interesting one. We're going to talk about bedtime routines, how important they are, etc. etc. I don't know why it's not letting me film. It's only letting me film vertical these days. I'm not sure why, but okay. I guess I guess this will have to do for now. So yes, we're talking bedtimes. And if anyone is on, this is a live video, feel free to say hello, say your comments, questions, concerns, and if you don't catch me live, I will see you later. Hopefully, God willing, we are in the middle of a challenge, a baby step fly lady 31-day challenge. We are getting so far ahead. We are almost to day 20. I cannot believe it. It's going oh so fast. It's day 18 today, and we have done so many habits. So if you want to join that, feel free to join as well. In the meantime, to feel free to turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of the lives or any of the videos or anything like that. And once again, like I said, let me know if 1 p.m. EST or 12 p.m. EST works better for you. Yes. All right. So bedtime. How many of you oh yes, I forgot to say that if you're missing it live, fear not because the replay will be on later. Okay, so for today's video, bedtime routines, consistency, everything like that. How many of us have bedtime bedtimes, or do we believe it's just for children? For those of us who do have bedtimes, we understand the importance of it because although it might seem restricting, like, oh, I need a specific time to go to bed every day, is actually liberating because once you begin to have the bedtimes, your body gets used to these habits, routines, and naturally you'll start waking up at your normal time. This can be a good and a bad thing, right? Because if you wake up multiple times a night, your body also might be used to waking up multiple times a night until you train yourself to sleep better and um we get those sleep hygiene habits. In effect, it might be a little bit wonky at first, but keep at it, keep practicing those habits, and yes, keep practicing those habits and will definitely work in the long run. The other thing I wanted to touch on was that once we decide what time we need to wake up, we should work backwards from there and not the other way around. We might have something that we like to do late at night and therefore we wait around to do it, but it's actually more crucial, yes, even for night owls, to decide our wake up time because, like it or not, our society functions in a daytime mode, which is not necessarily means that it's the best because some people are naturally night owls, and I get that, but that's just the way it is. So if you work outside the home, or if you have children that go to school outside the home, or if you have children, period, because they're most likely going to wake up in the daytime as well, then I suggest going to find what time you need to be up in order to do your things before counting backwards to choose the bedtime of your liking. Now, you may not necessarily like the bedtime you have, but you surely come to appreciate it the more you do it because your body will begin to fall asleep faster. You will grow more tired during that time, so you will wake up naturally the time you need to wake up, hopefully. It might take a little bit longer for some versus others, like night owls versus early birds, but that doesn't mean that it cannot happen. So once you, but like, how do we know how many hours of sleep do we need? We actually don't know. Everyone is individual, but we can find out because you need 7 to 9 hours. I believe they say 8, but let's be real. 8 is like in the middle of the cycle if you calculate it properly. So if you want to get 8 hours, you could, but most likely you're gonna keep waking up with an alarm. Most likely you're gonna keep waking up with in the middle of a deep cycle. So most likely you might wake up feeling groggy. Shoot for 7 or 9 better because that will complete a sleep cycle. Is it, I think 7:30 or 9:30. It will complete a sleep cycle. Once you Okay, so a sleep cycle is 1.5 hours, a complete sleep cycle. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that. I put some resources down below because I also hear it's 45 minutes. I guess it depends of the sleep cycle, or maybe it's adults versus children. I'm not sure, but like I said, I'll put it down below. But all I know is that 7 can complete a sleep cycle, so can 9, or maybe 7:30 and 9. My point is, aim for 9 hours in the night, the first night. You will wake up before that most likely, and if you do, then you have a hint as to how many hours does your individual body need. And when you get that hint, you can try it again just to make sure it wasn't like a fluke or anything like that. For 1 to 2 more days, try it again, and then once you do that, you'll know, okay, I actually need 7.5 hours or whatever. I actually need 9 hours. I need 8 hours and 15 minutes or whatever the case may be. And then you can naturally learn how to wake up without an alarm. But so now let's talk habits. What are some habits and good sleep hygiene methods that we can practice? Well, for example, some include stop using these things here, this thing here, these devices in order to fall asleep better in the night. I know it's so difficult, believe me. You just sometimes want to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll right before bed. But once we break that habit, it's actually so good because sometimes we'll bump into things during our doom scroll that we didn't necessarily need to see, and now it's bedtime, and it's just a lot. But when you remove this thing from your bedtime routine and from your morning routine, but that's for another video, you actually can sleep better and just things will go better in general. Some other things that we can do instead of using the phone in the hour or two before bed is reading. We can read. That can be very productive or very relaxing, depending what books, what genre you choose to go. The other thing we can do is write. You can journal. You can write gratitudes. You can write your plans for tomorrow. You can literally make up a story. You can write whatever you want, and that could also help wind us down, relax our brain activities, and just get all the like noise out of our mind. The other thing that you can do is shut off the lights. We actually don't, unless I'm filming, because I'm filming. Try not to use lights at all in our home, especially during summertime, because it's pretty much daytime all day and well, daytime all day, of course. No, but you know what I mean. That the days are longer, and when we do go to sleep, the sun is already setting and stuff like that. I go to bed pretty early, so it could be my individual case, but when you don't use the big lights, it helps your body to produce more melatonin, and the lights don't interrupt your sleep pattern. If you must use light for one reason or the other, maybe go to bed later, maybe your shift is different if you work outside the home, or maybe you're a student, or I don't know what. But for that case, you can either invest in yellow amber light bulbs, which won't affect as much, or even red ones won't affect as much. The blue light stuff is very bad for the sleep. Or you can invest in some like blue light blue light blah, blah, tongue twister, blue lights blocking goggles. If I find some on Amazon for affordable, I will put them down below. Just make sure that they are good quality, but of course you don't want to break your budget for that. If you could save for it, or just simply, if depending on your life situation, try to shift your bedtime for a time where you don't really need to use the light that much, etc. um and then, okay, so those are some other of the things that you can do. Another thing, to stop eating like at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. That would really help as well, because your metabolism, and when you're sleeping you don't really need the energy, so why eat? It will help us to sleep better. Sometimes some of the things that certain people eat can even cause things like heartburns or indigestion and upset stomach, and the jingle. Right? So anyway, so when we don't eat that close to bedtime, we may not get any of those things. And if you still do, then maybe elevating your head, like during pregnancy, for example, I knew I always had to be elevating my head for sleeping purposes, whatever, to make you feel comfortable. The room you're sleeping in also should be very dark, very dark. You shouldn't be able to see your hand in front of it, in front of you, in front. You shouldn't see anything, not even your hand. I have to warn you, these lives are very chaotic. So if you can bear through that, then hopefully you can get some valuable pieces of information. So those are some of the things that you can do to produce a better night's sleep. And then when you sleep. If you goal is to wake up early, you don't have any issues getting up through the night. Like once you sleep straight through, then you can drink some water right before going to bed, because in the morning that's gonna cause you to jolt up and just immediately run to the bathroom. And if you have one bathroom like we do, you might be far from your bathroom, so you might as well stay up. Another thing you can do is have something exciting waiting for you in the morning. I think I'm getting off topic, but these are some bonus tips about how to get up early. Have something exciting waiting for you so that you can get up. But when it comes to going to bed, some relaxing tactics you can use is like, if you're a believer like me, I'm a Christian, you can pray and ask God to help to calm you down so you get ready for bed. You can read the Bible as well. You can read a book that's not too exciting. You can lay down and think about good things and your happy place or whatever, and even like physically relax your muscles. Sometimes we carry tensions around us and we don't even know it. So we can do all of these things. That I heard. Um, anyway, but it's too early unless I don't know. So we can you know, lost my train of thought. Come back, train of thought. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can thank you, God. We can physically relax our body. Sometimes we hold tensions and we don't even know it. Excuse me. All this talk about sleep. So, what about you? Have you thought of what time you needed to go to bed in order to wake up at your desired time? And if so, what will you do with your newfound time? Because a great day starts the night before. So, if you can get all of these things ready and good to go, another thing that can stop us from sleeping is having a lot of pending tabs open in our brains. Like, have you ever thought, I have a million and one things to do in the morning? I hope I don't forget anything. And what if this? And what if that? And what time this? And what about that? So, if we can prepare ourselves before we even go to bed and set those things up, then things will be very should go smoother in the morning. Like, of course, there's always things that can happen, but at least whatever we can try to control, if if we even can control anything, we have like our stuff. We can get our clothes ready the night before. We can look at the schedules of like how far we need to go, if we need going to a new place, if we're going to a place that we have been to before, how long does that usually take, what's our plan for the next day, etc. But once you begin to get into a rhythm, like what time you need to get up versus go to bed, oh, excuse me, then our bodies will get used to it and stuff like that. If you like tea, chamomile tea is also really good, not just for night, but any time of day, but especially in the nighttime. Any relaxing stuff like this. Yes. So those are very useful, in my opinion, tips that you can do before going to bed. And why do we need a bedtime? Like I said, it's not restricting at all. It gives us more freedom to do the things later because our body gets used to a certain time and we'll be able to adapt around that. Besides, isn't it like awesome? I know we love our children and want to be with them all the time, but isn't it like so awesome when you get up in the morning before your children, if you have, and you're just able to focus and do whatever it is that you need to do, and there is not a single soul demanding your attention, which again, it's wonderful. It's a blessing. Even our spouses or parents or whoever might need us, but it's just nice to center ourselves in the morning, especially. It's really an ideal situation when we can do this. And like I said, a great morning starts the night before. So that being said, you can go to sleep now because apparently I'm falling asleep as well. Yes. So, if anyone has any questions, this is a live video. I'm happily here to answer it for you. Otherwise, we can keep going over some sleep tips, some sleep hygiene, and bedtime routines. What are some good things to do before bed? Okay, okay. Okay, no questions so far. All right, so some things that you can do before bed, we've already covered reading. How about a skincare routine to help you soothe and relax? Some people take showers in the morning, which is fine. But if you can switch your shower to the night, it's really good. I used to be a morning showerer, and in the summer I still do, or when it's a little bit hotter, or if I have extra time before my boys wake up, or now that I'm starting to work out more. But if you can choose one a day only, like say you only have time for the night one, experts say will not only help wind you down to sleep, but your body will feel so much cleaner when going into the bed, and it will help you to go to sleep a lot more faster. So maybe bathing or showering could be something that you incorporate to your nighttime routine. Also, stretching helps our bodies to relax and unwind and get ready for the night time. I did mention reading like twice already. Can you tell? I like to read. Spending time with the Lord is always great. You can listen to some unwinding. Yes, let's go with that. We can listen to some music to unwind in the night, especially if you're breaking the phone habit. Like when I had to in the beginning, oh my goodness, it was brutal. Because we can get addicted to these things, right? Which is a whole another topic for another video. But so if you need a transition from the phone, you can listen to music that will probably make you feel like stimulated, like as when we swipe through our phones, but it's not like visually stimulating, so it's a lot gentler for us to go to bed. in the night. Mm. Hey, how are you? Prakash. Um, Chauhan. How do I pronounce your name? Prakash. Prakash. I want to pronounce it properly. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. And I like your emojis. Yes, same. And how are you today? What part of the world are you writing us from? We're talking about bedtime routines and how important they are and things that we can do in the evening to make things easier because a great day starts the night before. So, we had reading, we had writing, we had bathing, we had the skincare routines. We're talking about things now. We're talking about things that we can do in the night to make it for a smooth and seamless night. We also have we also have um stretching. It's also important. Yes. Oh, you dream. Is that where you're from? Yeah. Oh, hello. Yes. What are some things that you like to do before bed as well? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments down below or drop it in the chat if you're chatting with me live today. And oh, India. Hello. Shout out to India. That's so nice. And unrelated, but no, maybe it is related. Paneer mm, tikka masala is so good. Am I pronouncing it right? Paneer tikka masala, maybe? I don't know, but it's delicious and you gotta teach me how to make it. Also, your rotis, so good. Anyway, I digress. um, so we're talking about bedtime routines once again. Oh, what about coloring? Like coloring, adults coloring. It also helps to unwind and relax. Knitting, if you knit, embroidery as well. A little bit more messy, but if you do it right before you take a shower or bathe, you can also do some kind of like sculpting or like make vases and stuff like that. Just relaxing activities that you can do. Painting is another good one. None of those require screen. The one I was thinking about was pottery. Pottery is amazing, and but again it's a little bit messy. So just any hobbies, maybe you can make that your downtime or even just sitting quietly before bed. And it's important that we do not have any televisions in our bedroom, please. If you're married, the bedroom should only be for two things. And if you're not married, then it should only be for one thing: sleeping. By the way, sleeping is the one thing that it should be for. And even if you have struggled with sleep in the past, God can do all things. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. If you lay down for your bed in like 10-15 minutes, you're not sleeping yet. Or if you're sleeping, you'd be asleep. But if you feel like you're still up, get up off the bed and maybe you have a little chair there. Maybe physically leave the room and read. But remember what I said about light now. So if you're gonna if you live with others like your parents or let's say you have a child that stays up later than you, which I mean in my opinion, I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that because I have three under two. I mean, wait a minute. Two, three, and under. Yeah. But if, I don't know how it is with like parents of teens, but if you do happen to have a situation where someone stays up later than you, then remember about those glasses we spoke about, because if they're gonna have a light on and you don't want your melatonin to run away and escape, like think about melatonin like a frightened horse, and it could just leave and gallop away, and we don't want that. We don't want that. Excuse my voice is trying to leave, and as this is a live, I can't do much about it. So Please bear with me. There are some captions, excuse me, that you can turn on if needed. So, so yes, these are all some things that we can do when we go to sleep in the night, or why is it important, how we can manage to sleep better. And if you like this kind of content, I can always make a formal video about it with my best sleep tips for homemakers, or how getting a good sleep can, because you know, when we get a good sleep, we can generally, unless there's like some kind of, I don't know, health issue or some concern, we wake up refreshed, and we have we can be more energetic, and we can, you know, have a better day, God willing, with the newfound energy. What's going on here? With the newfound energy. Anyway, my voice is leaving, and we generally do 30 minutes to an hour. I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, to God be the glory. Bye. I wanted to say real quick that if you did miss this, the replay will be up later. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, to God be the glory. Bye.